Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Guile here, and welcome back to the Forged Alliance Forever promotional series. And according, apparently, to the UN Declaration of Human Rights, Clause 17, I believe it is, average Joes technically qualify as people too. And as such, they should be represented. And that's what today's all about. Average Joe's Day today with a juicy little custom 4v4 on one of my all-time favorite maps. That's right, it's Island Zero. I'm ready, you guys are ready, and the players are sure as hell ready. So let's go on over to the game zone and see how these guys are going to get on. Ka-chang. Incidentally, guys, apologies if you hear a roaring in the background. That's not me doing anything nefarious off track or anything. That's just the washing machine in the background. I believe the bearing's going. Apparently, the wife thinks it's more important that we don't all stink. Rather than I have a clean audio track. But, you know, priorities, it's up to her, I guess. She's in charge of that sort of thing. All right, let's take a look at our teams up here at the top left. That's Team 1. Down here at the bottom right, that's Team 2. Going first for Rear 1. Rear guard air position, I guess you could kind of call it. But it doubles up as a number of other things. Muhan 111. He's going Elephantine Grey Seraphim. Opening the first land. Team member number 2 to his right. Over here, going UEF, how very attractive and sensible in Ferrari Red. Opening first land there, it's Artec. Team member number 3 of the front line by the lake. It's Tenuki. Also going UEF there in, I was about to say baby blue. It's not, it's electric blue. And he's opened first land. And last but not least for Team 1 in mellow yellow. It looks like that's 12931. Thank you very much for that. But actually, that's 2 eyes flanking the number. So we're going to call him 293. And he's going Seraphim in mellow yellow, opening first land. So that's Team 1. Let's take a look at Team 2. Down here at the bottom rear guard air position, I guess you could call it, as we said. It's Theixter going UEF in Pontiff White, going first land, second air. Team member number 2 in Regal Purple, getting his reclaim on over here. It's Pillow 41, also going UEF and also opening first land. Next up on the front line, another UEF for Team 1. This time it's Empyrean in Spetsnaz Green, going first land and then going land all day, it would seem. And last but not least, it's our resident porn star, purely based on the sounding of the name. It's Ron Fante. I love that, man. Ron Fante. He's going Aeon just to be different. And he's gone First Navy. Look at that, First Naval Yard. New meta. Watch out, although it is a 1300 chappie, so probably not. Who knows? Maybe these guys play nothing at Island Zero, and that's their thing, and they've discovered new meta. But I guess probably not. There's no First Navy going on. I very rarely see that. I played a game with a mate of mine a long time ago, and he went First Navy on some random map. I can't remember what it was. And yeah, it didn't work out. That was literally the last time I saw it. We're talking maybe even not in this current decade last time I saw that. But anyway, there we go. So game quality at 92%, very nearly what we consider to be a balanced game. Highest rated player 1600, that's 293 over here. Everybody else well below that, 1300s and 1100s there for Team 2. A couple of 1200s and 1000 there on Team 1. ACU's about to say aloha in the center. There's a 389 wreck there that Ron Fante, I'm going to be saying that all day. Ron Fante is going to get his reclaim on first of all. Looks like he's going to scoop most of that. Slightly smaller wreck over here that Tanuki's going to shift towards as Ron Fante picked up that first one. And then Ron heads up over here to the 810 mass wreck over on the beach. Up at the top right of the screen, Tanuki moving forward. Muhan joins the party and an engineer as well from Artec. Much more of a presence from Team 1 and Team 2 in the center of the map in the reclaim field. Couple of engineers meanwhile for Artec moving out to the top right hand corner of the screen. They're going to throw down a land factory. Nothing moving to the bottom left. Of course, you might remember from previous games, you can't get there unless you've got a transport, so typically it doesn't get expanded to before the top right. Whoever's going to go first for that's going to be someone who built an early air factory. I'm going to guess it's going to be Theixter is at least going to make a play for it. What else have we got air-wise? We're seeing a lot of air factories. There's one queued up there at the back for Muhan. But no, not a single air factory yet, so that gives Team 2 an advantage. Will Theixter capitalize? That's the question. So Ron Fante took a couple of shots in the back of the head. He said, hey, I don't like that because of all the ugly enemy ACUs in the middle. I am going to back on up. How did he get on the reclaim side of things? Actually not that great. He's only put a K away from reclaim, whereas Tanuki, where is he? He put 1.6k. So actually Team 1 with a slightly more aggressive opening there have done slightly better on the reclaim side of things. They're also doing slightly better on general eco, 80 to 78. It was just 88 a minute ago, fluctuating up and down as they always do. And I would expect 22k yet to tick over there for Team 1. So we're probably like 500 mass ahead, thereabouts, maybe 600-700 mass for Team 1 versus Team 2 in total mass accrued over the course of this game. Lots of naval yards have sprung up while they've been nattering away in that central lake. 3 apiece, both for 293 there and for Pillow. Pillow went straight for sub first, looked like he wanted to go up and try a deny, and then worked out, oh my god, there's 3 naval yards there already, so came back instead to engage the frigate. Meanwhile, steady stream of Zuis heading over, going to cause a few problems there for Pillow, opening up on that bottom naval yard. Those T1 factories absolutely paper thin, won't take too many volleys there from those artillery pieces to destroy those. Didn't look like that did a great deal, I must admit, there for Ronfante going first Navy. He is behind Artek, and where's Artek? So he's on 27, Artek, and Ronfante's on 23. So yeah, I humbly suggest that wasn't the greatest move. And of course, Artek managed to get out to the top right-hand corner. That's probably articulates the discrepancy nicely. 2 versus 1 on the sub engagement goes Artek's ways, hardly surprising. And things going nicely on the central mainland island for Team 1. As expected, Theaxter did indeed make a drop to the bottom left. Land factory online already. Engineers hurriedly going about their business, expanding to those other mexes. Pillow did lose that bottom naval yard, but managed to take care of those Zuis, and in fact has managed to drive the rest of those forces of 293s back towards his main base. Now the front lines are establishing themselves. Upgrade on the way, T2 there for Theaxter. Not Theaxter, what I'm talking about, sorry, for Muhan. Theaxter's our Pontiff white player on the bottom. Getting confused with the sheer quantity of UEF players on the map this afternoon. T2 on the wave though for Ronfante up close, and Tanuki, if he's quick and on the ball, has a chance for a deny here. Muhan moving forward with his commander as well. 87%, 88%. He's going to want to make this finish. Doesn't want to lose all those resources by cancelling. Is taking some fire here. Has a couple of labs for some defense, and also Imperan moving forward with his commander to support. Down he goes into the yellow. He's going to finish, but he's going to lose a lot of hit points in the process. Oh, it's down to 50%. Gets a little cheeky upgrade in health from veterancy. Does lose that forward land factory though, and Muhan with a little bit of a PD creep assisted by Tanuki going on here. Problems for Ronfante and Imperan, and Ronfante needs to throw down a marker back here, get one of his Oblivion turrets building. He's going to do it slightly further to the right. That's going to cost Imperan a couple of factories. Personally, I would have done it closer to the middle, but it's their call. Meanwhile, constant aggression coming in from 293, who now has a production advantage over Pillow. It's 3-2 in terms of naval yards. 145 to 140 in total generative mass. Very close indeed. Imperan taking a lot of fire. He's down to 6,500 hit points. And he looks like he's about to lose a T2 land factory. That is killer. All of those resources, all that eco poured into that, down the toilet. You're only pulling in 22 mass per tick. That's a big deal. Pillow coming in to assist with a couple of frigates in the main lake. Muhan engages with his comm, takes down one of them, the other evicts. Badly damaged. Tanuki taking some fire from the Oblivion turret up there. Muhan continues his point defense creep, and this is looking bad for Team 2. They're being muscled out of the central lake. They're being muscled out on the land. And a drop on the way for 293, who's making a play for the bottom left-hand corner. Going from bad to worse inside the opening 10 minutes here. Pillow looks like he's about to lose a second naval yard. And he evacs his commander. And there goes the last one, leaving him with a lonely sub remaining in the water. Meanwhile, Muhan and Tanuki continue their pressure down the corner of this lake, and in comes a cheeky little drop there from Muhan. 5 Zuis make landfall. Pillow's quick to react with his comm. Can they get a coordinated volley out against something important? They're going for core mass. That Hydro would be a killer target if they can pull it off, but they don't manage it. Pillow quick with the defense, and Thixter comes in potentially to save the day with a gunship attack. Still looks like he's the only person taking air seriously. We've got 1 or 2 interceptors on T1 side of the field belonging to 293, but that is a pretty solid, dedicated air force right there. And those gunships slaughter those Zuis, saving Pillow's base from annihilation, although he's lost all of his core mass, bar 1 T2 mechs down here. The attack petered out on the mainland. Muhan's still pretty far forward. That's a very ambitious TAC missile launcher that's surely going to get immediately taken out. One more light artillery shell will do it. Well, that's pretty lucky. No. There it goes. That was definitely an unnecessary placement, especially when you can get them built back here in relative safety. We've been better off throwing down more point defense. Meanwhile, in other news, Ronfante building up a small fleet. Going up here after Artek's position. Artek's transitioned to T2 though, so he's facing those torpedo boots, the Coopers. A little bit of assistance from these gunships could get the job done though. I wonder where he's going to focus. It could be just about to bust this central position. He's going after Tanuki, who finds himself utterly defenseless, and this could be the shot in the arm that Team 2's game's waiting for. Tanuki going for the middle, but he's going to run out of hit points first. Boom, baby! Tanuki down and out at nearly 12 minutes on the button. And if they want a silver lining, it's that all of those gunships pretty much went kaflooey, but more of them being produced all the time. 3 brand new Stingers out to engage. Was that a second TAC missile launcher from Muhan dedicated to that strat that didn't work out the first time? Could have that wrong. Someone type in the comments below if I had the right of that. I only saw it for a second. How did that drop go in the bottom left? Well, not brilliantly, has to be said. They managed to get 1 land factory online. More tanks need to be sent up there to complete the mission. Well, turns out that was all they needed. They knew better than me. No dedication. But in comes another drop there from 293. Lots of Zuis about to make landfall. 293 also went for a bit of engage at the back there, but these gunships from Thixter are just rolling, rinsing the field. And it's kept Team 2 in this game, map control wise. Otherwise, ball is definitely in Team 1's side of the court. 293 saying he needs energy. Yes, you do, sir. Power locked himself somehow. More transports away, this time with engineers. Wuhan completely avoiding the mainland now with his comm. He's gone underwater. He's going to pressure from the lagoon. T2 torpedo launcher, a nice idea, but it doesn't last long. And again, the Stingers going straight after a T2 Naval HQ. That was interesting. Wuhan with a few decisions here I'm not particularly happy with. He's wasted a lot of mass by building things in precarious places that weren't necessarily likely to survive. I mean, I get what he was thinking. A few T2 units off the coast here, and that is effectively Pillow and Imperium shut down. But it was always going to be hard to hold on to that. Artec successfully repelled that attack from Ronfante, as was always likely to happen. T2 versus T1. Not particularly large numbers of T1 either, and this could start to be a problem now. T2 Seraphim naval tech from 293 sitting comfortably at range and comfortably lobbing missiles over towards Pillow 41. He's going to have to get a major investment in buzz kills online if he's going to maintain the integrity of his base. But now Wuhan taking more damage from Theixter, who's rapidly making a case for himself from MVP. Torpedo bombers prioritizing the commander, and he's actually down in the red there. Fortunately for him, he's got assistance from the cruiser and a few of the frigates in the lagoon from his teammate 293. Managed to shoot those torpedo bombers down, and because he hasn't got enough of them, he's not going to risk sending those in again. I'm guessing he's going to maybe build up or just switch back out to gunship production. He's still focusing on torpedo bombers out of that T2 air headquarters. Now Imperium says enough's enough, I need to reclaim the middle. Brings out some mobile missile launchers, flapjacks, lobbing missiles from the comfort of their living room right into Wuhan's face. Few scout planes out, getting a bit of intel for 293. 293, who interestingly didn't drop, I've seen those Zuis on the corner island, drop them in the water instead. I don't know whether that was a misclick or what. Engineers made landfall though, another factory up and running in that corner section. Stingers out in ever increasing numbers, going in for the engage on the frigate's going to be very costly with a couple of cruisers lying in wait. They think, okay, that was a bad idea, back they go, going to lose a few gunships there, maybe 2 or 3. Didn't work out brilliantly. Wuhan over here, he's repped up slightly, 5,200 hit points. We have a fair few torpedo bombers here now. And he's going straight for T3. I was wondering if he was still producing torpedo bombers for that snipe attempt. Doesn't look like it. And Team 1 now seem to be wise to Theixter's BS. Starting to counter with mobile anti-air and a few more cruisers here and there. For reducing the gunship's effective range on this map. And Ronfante, he's up to T2 tech in the naval game. Cruiser and a destroyer online. I was about to say maybe he could get something done with those gunships up at the top right, hit Artec's corner position. We have quite a few archers there, though, and indeed that's what he's decided to do. He's going to try and kill the anti-air first. There's an awful lot of them. That wouldn't have been my first target of opportunity. If I was sticking around, I was going to go for the archers first. Relatively easy to pop if they were in small number, but nope, that gunship group, squadron, whatever you want to call it, gets annihilated. It's going to allow Team 1 a little bit more breathing room, a little bit more flexibility about the map. Now this is a problem for Ronfante, fighting a shielded task force from Artek. Corner mass point down already. Can Thixter hold on to the bottom left against this drop from 293, who's placed his cruisers just the other side of this little mountain range, and the trajectory of the missiles is such that they can comfortably reach over that and hit Thixter in the behind, which is never a good feeling. Thixter hurriedly constructing TMD, try and intercept those missiles. Fante with a few air scouts up the middle. You don't get very far. See the line of mexes that have been taken out. Thixter on 69 mass. Certainly would have been more comfortably ahead than that a moment ago. But now T3 mexes for Pillow, dropping him from 61 to 43. Ah, that's painful. All of these potentially vulnerable. He's trying to get a buzz kill online. This is really going to hurt his mass options. Down goes a T2 P-Gen. Down goes another T2 Max. Down to 34. How's he doing on power? He's feeding off his teammates. Never a great situation to be in. Thixter reacts. Starts working on a T3 P-Gen. Should keep them all afloat for the time being, especially with Pillow losing all of his mass anyway. Another Mex goes down. Pillow down to just 25. And if you look at total income, it's 335 versus 205 in favor of Team 1. So Tanuki going down hasn't helped Team 2 that much in the long run. Artek now facing off directly outside his base against Ronfante. Ronfante with a few Vespers. Actually, a couple of Vespers and a couple of Sylphs. To discover Artek's commander. Wuhan, incidentally, has been completely evicted from the middle, aside from 3 engineers. Shielded group of flapjacks and pillars sorted out quite comfortably. This is Turtle Central down here now. Not a great situation to be in. All of their concern, attentions, energies are going to be on building huge quantities of TMD to get these cruisers down here defended against properly. Thixter did manage to evict 293 once again. He's tried pretty concertedly to wrestle control of that bottom corner away from Team 2. Certainly to no avail so far. Oh my goodness me. Is that a summit? Yes it is. Battleship on the way for Artek, and that will be interesting if he can get to use that and defend it adequately by his units in front. That could be devastating. Parked just off the coastline here. Another drop on the way from 293. This time the opposite corner. Will he have more luck down there? If he can keep his cruisers parked over here, can prevent aerial reinforcement from Thixter. Not that there's an awful lot going on in the air game. He hasn't resorted to building any more gunships. In fact, he's not building anything out of his T3 air headquarters. was a little bit of a misstep, I think, there. Unnecessary move. Guess he wanted access to T3 tech more than anything else, so that was his main move for doing it. Buzzkill's just about keeping up with the Seraphim missile spam. Cruisers presumably on the way. How are we doing on that summit? Well, that's nearly done. That's going to be absolutely dangerous. 51,000 hit points of pure UEF muscle. Can't get out of dry dock. That's a good look. Well, presumably there's a new commander driving that thing. I think give him a break. Oh, missiles starting to seep through. Those torpedo launchers bleeding just a little bit of damage. Now with the construction of that summit, Artec returns to T2 production to protect it. This is going to be very interesting indeed. Ron Fante not particularly well turtled in up front. Is he going to respond by constructing some miasmas, some static T2 artillery to fire back? Missed the drop in the bottom right, but we can tell from the outcome it wasn't particularly successful. And a cheeky switch up to the Buzzkills themselves, sensible option. Not a lot of hit points there. Deplete the defensive capabilities, but Pillow is literally sitting in the bay constructing more as we speak. It's keeping him tied to defensive construction. Summit can sit under shield coverage, way out of range, and just lob artillery at the, well, it's Navy for the time being, and indeed it looks like Ron Fante is going that way, straight to miasma. Best bet would be to maneuver out here and try and carve a way through to that headquarters, the unshielded headquarters, and try and take that out. A couple of T1 P-Gens flanking the miasma, increasing its rate of fire. And another summit on the way, just started. Send those cruisers in. Need for them to be sitting at home. Hello. Janus inbound. Janus squadron, what's it going after? Ron Fante evacing the shield. Is it a snipe attempt, or are they going after the naval yard? It looks like it's the naval yard. Barely scratches it. Big waste, says Imperium. I'm inclined to agree. Even better going after the engineers that are assisting it. Wuhan with the strap bomber. Where's he going? What's the target? Needs to get a bomb off quick if it's to make use of it. Nope. Team 1 feeding aerial mass to Team 2 at the current time. Quick mass reading on generated eco 486 to 345 in favor of Team 1. That's a massive advantage. How long will it take Team 1 Joes to put that advantage towards something that's going to break through? Interesting. Haven't seen any experimentals started yet. Certainly battleships are comparable in terms of that kind of expenditure. 10,500 mass for a summit. The expensive stuff, not quite experimental expenditure. Empyrean has gone for a battery of clink hammers, but it's lost shield coverage now, and it's taking fire from the Seraphim battleship up here belonging to 293, who can hit the corner of Empyrean's base from way back here. Yes, there's incoming artillery, but those clink hammers soon to be destroyed. They are priority target number one as far as he's concerned. And that battery looks so neat and tidy. It's getting torn apart. Just one clink hammer remaining. Meanwhile, Artek continuing to press forward with the Navy. Now a second battleship joining that summit on the front line. And Pillow looks like he's evacuating his front line as well. There's not a lot of confidence in Team 2's plays right now. Muhan putting the next strap bomber he constructed to use in that bottom left-hand corner, going after mass points. One T1 up there, but I think the rest were T2. There's two more T2s down here. The Ixter, their mass leader, taking a hit mass-wise, but he's going after Artek's commander, who's vulnerable. He's in the water, but boom! Another snipe from Thixter keeps Team 2 in it. Oh my word, and these battleships that have managed, admittedly, to take out Ron Fante's navy are going to go up. That's it. Just when they were about to have a major breakthrough moment off that eastern coast, Team 1 lose another key player, and now Team 2 have the opportunity to expand. The top right-hand corner is now open. 293 says how? Well, quite simply, Artex wasn't deep enough. Seems like he's more referring to how did you miss the snipe incoming? Why didn't you move? Well, a question only he will know the answer to. It's not always easy though. It's such an easy game to get picked off even with your commander in a safe position. There's so many things commanding your attention. And now the front line of 293 under fire from enormous numbers of T2 UEF units, pillars everywhere. A few parashields in there and some flapjacks for unit composition. T2 mexes looking vulnerable. In fact, they're not going to hang about, which is a wise move. Taking a lot of fire from the destroyers and the battleships in the lagoon. Instead, they're going to press on towards Muhan's base and try and inflict maximum damage. Can't believe how this has gone. Team 2 in the ascendancy now, causing all kinds of headaches. 2 versus 4. But Team 1 still in the lead on Eco, 430 to 411. But have they got the physical manpower and the production capabilities to make use of it? That's the question. Things not looking good right now for Team 1. Well, they managed to contain the threat from that epic ground push from Empyrean. 32 minutes in. It's not looking great for Team 1, although you've got to like the progress they're making in the lake. 293 causing all kinds of problems for Pillow. Now what's interesting is we've had a switch in prioritization to the air game for Team 1. Lots of ASFs about. Thixter has had control of the skies pretty much the entire game. He's got some ASFs of his own. I'm not sure they outnumber the combined ASFs of the two remaining players on Team 1. Let's take a look. So we've got 17 on the field there for Theixter. We've got 14 there from 293, and Muhan with 7. So it's very, very close. Slight advantage, but then of course you've got two different people operating them, and in fact Muhan's just demonstrated why that can be a problem. Gone in by himself and is getting annihilated. Strap bombers that were trying to contend with the next push on the ground from Imperium get picked off, and their escort from Muhan gets wiped out as well. The next attack on the ground invasions from Imperium is much more closer to the northerly coastline, trying to stay out of the range of those naval vessels, but you needn't worry too much. They have moved right forward and are just firing weapons right into the heart of Team 2's base. Theixter back here. He's got a lot of shield coverage. Pillow has abandoned his base pretty much altogether. These battleships and destroyers and cruisers just causing all kinds of problems. A nasty little ball of naval death sitting off the coast of Team 1's bases. Imperium and Pillow find themselves more or less evicted. Where is Imperium's ACU is the question. He's right back here. Now, interestingly, that's allowed those pillars to come closer. 293 losing a couple more mexes on the fringe there. One lone Exodus sitting off the northern coast there for Ronfante, just going after that T2 mex. He hits it and takes it out. Ambassadors kicking around. Hello, nuke launcher on the way. Could that be the final nail in Team 1's coffin? Have we got any anti-nukes? I don't see it. They had such a strong start, Team 1, and they've just been picked off by Theixter. And now it's anybody's guess, but it's looking like Theixter might have the defining final play. Nuke launcher complete, nuclear missile construction underway. Have Team 1 got a read on it? Not yet. They might have a guess of what that could be. Can they get their navy around the back to destroy it? That's the question. Ronfante has his operation up and running. He's actually building a GC, so we have a experimental on the way. Those destroyers turn around the cape at the bottom. They're now taking fire from Theixter's ambassadors. No response from 293. Doesn't want to engage over the top of all of that AA in the bases. And of course, those wasps lurking for Theixter, waiting for such an eventuality. Theixter is going to lose one or two T3 mexes up at the back. In comes Ronfante with his naval vessels, and they stray in range of a couple of Ravagers built on the coast. Loving this turtleage from Theixter. Pillow's base migrating in closer and closer, merging with Theixter's at the back here, trying to stay out of the firing arc of those Halhoums, Seraphim battleships. Still no one taking control of the top right, and still no engineers on the bottom left. Well, there is one there. Could be building new stuff. Theixter's busy though, for the time being. Too busy to focus on expansion. About 40% done on that nuke. Ravagers just tearing into those destroyers. That is the end of that little push. Got some work done though. Ron Fante has been brutalized and is taking a lot of fire in his comm. Oh my god, move your commander out of there. Muhan completes an experimental. It's up here at the back and it's an Ithota, and that's moving in now. Strap bombers from Muhan going in, trying to deplete some of the shield strength of Theixter's main base, or Theixter and Pillow's base. Now there's a lot of shield coverage there. Ron Fante survives, badly damaged, but does survive. He's pulled his comm from the water and is now joining the others inside the base. Imperium says they're coming for your nuke. Have they? Yes, they have. That's well and truly scouted now. Got to figure out a way to deal with this navy. Another experimental, and this one was built under the water. 293 completes another Ithota as well. Where's that GC? Well, that's only 40% done. He needs to get a move on with that. Could do with some assistance from his teammates, but is there a lot of assistance to go around? Imperium is on 9 mass per tick. Pillow is got the mass being produced by his ACU, and that's it. 1 mass. Not much to do anything with, and there's Imperium down to 1 mass as well. So effectively it's now 2v2 for all intents and purposes. Those two players have been muted. What can Theixter do with this nuke? Can he pick off another commander? If he can, he will deal with at least one of the 2 inbound experimentals, and they're coming in through the same part of the map as well, which is going to be hard to deal with. He's got enough strap bombers, Theixter, to deal with this. He's got a few of them kicking around. Will this be a giant surprise? There goes the nuke, just as Imperium inquires after its duration. It's targeted here, so if Muhan doesn't move his comm, and he isn't moving it yet, he's going to get caught in the blast radius, and that will deal with the second Ithota that's moving in this direction. The first one, meanwhile, is moving in, causing all kinds of problems. Imperium on the move. Muhan doesn't evac. Boom, baby! He goes up along with the rest of 293's main base. Imperium targeted by the Ithota. In comes Muhan with the last of his strap bombers. That gets shot down. This second Ithota is going to go up. There it goes. Muhan is down and out. We've got broadswords now engaging this Ithota up here. Can they deal with it before he picks off anyone important? That commander could keep him in the game if he can kill off Theixter. He might be able to turn it around. It's going to be a close run thing. Theixter doesn't want to eat any of these slow-moving plasma balls of death. Oh my goodness, no! Move your comm! 150 hit points. Oh my god! 150 hit points. That's unreal. Theixter survives by a gnat's pube. The Ithota goes down, but 293 still has some vessels back here. He brings in the broadswords, goes straight after the battleship. There is a cruiser back here. That should be prioritized, surely. The battleship gets dealt with. Wow. There's still another one up here. 41 minutes in. And I'm still not clear as to who's going to come out victorious. Team 2 still have all their players, but there's only one really effective player left. Ron Fante. Actually, tell a lie, Ron Fante is still on 133. He's actually mass leader somehow. That'll be because he's got the advanced RAS upgrade completed on his suit, and he completes his GC, and he's going to be sending that out towards 293. He definitely needs to be careful of his commander. It's being targeted by that battleship in the lake. I wouldn't stand there. He's determined to make a stand here and now, building shield gens. And off moves that battleship anyway. Pillow 41 building as many buzz kills as his 3 mass will allow him to. He's scooping a bit of mass up here from the wreck. So that's going to be where he's getting his ability to build here. It's Turtle Central down in Thixter's base. One big turtle party. Just wow, what a game. GC inbound. Is there anything 293 can do about this? He's taken a lot of damage. I don't think that's from now. I think that's the damage that he's absorbed whilst under construction. Just to get himself some ranks in vet. Those engineers will help. Hits a few mass points on the way through. Tidy up all of the mainland base and confine 293 to the water, then surely this game is done and dusted. And now it's going to take a while. That battleship under Sylph attack. 4 T1 subs. And currently 293 with no way to hit back at them. Can that battleship take out anything important like this T3 reactor? Shield's about to go down. 3 operational clink hammers online back here. Just inside the bubble of that T3 heavy shield gen up at the back, but then that collapses. And they're going after Imperium. Oh my god. And that battleship's still in the yellow. Fat Boy started. Shield gens blinking back on and off all the time. How's that GC doing? But look out at Control K. 293 throws in the towel. It was always going to be a tall order. That GC up here belonging to Ron Fante. Just wow. There were times, I must admit, with those Ethotas inbounds, I thought it was going to be a comeback of a comeback. But no, just a single comeback you'll have to make do with today, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. That was pretty nail-biting stuff. Clutch play, and indeed some mistakes here and there, as you'd expect from these sorts of players. I would certainly, being in this range myself, make many more, if not tons more, being as I never get a chance to play the game. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. As always, more to come from me in the future. Don't forget, if you feel so inclined, you can support me on Patreon. All donations very welcome, especially at the moment. Help support the channel and keep it alive. Thank you to each and every one of you who have made donations in the past. Your support means the world to me. But until next time, guys, stay well and stay safe. This is Guile, signing out.